Hi everyone. So here we are, 2025. One of my subscribers has asked me if I would show you how to make box envelopes. Now, I did a tutorial last week on showing you how I made my just ordinary envelopes. But these are for cards with depth. So as you can see, this card's got quite a bit of depth to it, and if I put that in an ordinary envelope, that would just get ruined. So I'm going to show you how I make my box envelope. So I've got this one, which is a 4 by 8, and then I've got the same style card, but this one's quite a bit smaller. And again, you can see that that one's got some depth to it. So we'll make another one at 3 3/4 by 6. So we might end up making one 4 by 6 for that one. And then I thought I'd show you how to make a square one as well. And this is an easel card. So all these beautiful vellum florals would get squashed. Now, one of the things I wanted to tell you, for any of you out there who already have the punch board, is, have you noticed, it might just be me and you might already know this, but where you've got this where it says score guide and you've got this little arm that's sticking out, just to the side of that, you'll find you've got a ledge, and that's the ledge that I'm going to be using to create my box envelopes. So the first one I think we'll do is this small one, and this one measures 4 by 6. So if you look at the punch board, for a card 4 by 6 card size, you need a piece of paper 8 1/4 by 8 1/4. So for this one, I've decided to use a piece of, it's almost like craft card, but it's not as thick as craft card, but it's a beautiful smooth, it's about 216 GSM. So it's quite a nice weight for a box. So we said for a 4 by 6, we were going to cut this at 8 1/4 by 8 1/4. And then if we take the punch board back in, the 4 by 6, 8 1/4 by 8 1/4, and our first score line needs to be 3 3/8. So if we take this to 3 3/8, which is just one notch before the 4, and we're going to punch this. We're going to take our scoring tool, we're going to butt this right up to this edge, and we're going to score. And now this score line, where I said this line notch on the side is, I'm going to take that across and line that up, and I'm just going to put another score line. So what you'll see now is we've got 2 score lines, 1 punch and 2 score lines. So I pop this back in this way. Now on the inner score line, we need to line that up with this arm that's sticking out, and we're going to punch and we're going to score. I'm going to take this score line across to this ledge, and I'm just going to score, and we're going to repeat that. I'm going to rotate on the inner score line, we're going to punch and we're going to score. I'm going to move this along so that the score line meets this ledge, and I'm just going to score. And then the last time, punch and score, take that across to meet that ledge, so this score line is level with that ledge, and we're just gonna score. Now if I turn this over and we give all these score lines a nice fold and burnish, and then the last one. So now what we've got is an envelope. I think I'm going to have this one side folding. So I'm going to pop my card just there and make sure that everything's going to sit quite nicely. Just pop some double-sided tape down both these edges, down that edge and down this edge. And give those a nice burnish. And if we remove those, and then what we need to do is take our side piece and have this so that this is sat up on an angle. Bring this across, line up those outer edges, and just give that a press down. And then with this one, if you bring this one across, make sure that's sat up nice and square, and bring that one across. And there we've got a really nice box envelope, which will take our card. Now, I think I said to you in my last video, I don't like this point. The last time I cut it off, this time I'm just gonna roll this over and give that a bit of a burnish. All you would need to do is place a tiny bit of double-sided tape on the back, remove that back in, turn that over, and now that is sealed down. Our card sits in there really quite nicely. I would pop some double-sided tape down this side, and then from this tape I would pop some down this side, and then when I'm ready to post this, I will just take off those back ends, stick that down, and there we've got our 3D box envelope. So that's the small one done. So if we take the square one this time, what I've decided to do is, this is a linen type card I made this card with, and I've chosen the same linen cardstock to make the envelope. So for a 6x6, I need to cut my cardstock at 9.5 by 9.5. Taking back in our punch board. So we said 6x6, 9.5 by 9.5, and our first punch is 4 3/4. So 4 3/4 is there. So we're going to punch butt this right up and score. We're going to move this across to that line that's sticking up on the side, and we're just going to score. We're going to rotate this on the inside line, so this inner line, we've lined that up. We're going to punch and we're going to score. I'm going to take that score line across to this raised edge, and we're just going to score. So back to the inner line, punch and score. Take this across and we're just going to score. Again, last one, punch and score. Take that score line across so that it meets with that raised edge. Whoops, and just score. Fold and burnish all these edges the same. So we're going to take our card, we're going to place this in to make sure that this is going to work, and that works beautifully. And I now know that I want to put tape down this side and this side. So these are really, really quite easy, quick and easy to make once you get into them. The only annoying thing that I find with the punch board is you can't really make anything bigger than a 6 by 8.5. Hold that one down, and then again with this side, bring that across. Try and level that up as best you can, nice and square. And there we've got another box envelope. Just pop in our card. Absolutely fine. And then when I'm ready, I will put my tape across the top. So that's 2 box envelopes. And for the last one, this one measures, I'm trying to give you different sizes, your traditional sizes. I just make my cards whatever size I want. So this one is going to be an 8 by 4. So we take back in the punch board. This is going to be a 4 by 8 then, isn't it? So I need a piece of cardstock 9 5/8 by 9 5/8. 4 by 8 card, 9 5/8. 3 3/8 is where we need to punch. So 3 3/8. We're going to punch and we're going to score. Now this is a good one to show you, because when you score bigger pieces, if I bring this across so that I can show you, as you're coming down you'll go off of the edge. We're going to move that score line across to this raised line, and again we're going to just score. Going to line up the inner score line, and we're going to punch and we're going to score. We're going to take this score line across to the raised lip and we're just going to score. So I'm going to do the same again on the inner score line, punch and score, and this is going to go off again. Take the score line across to the lip, and we're just gonna score. And then the last time, line up that inner score line, punch and score to this raised line and just score. So this is where we need to pop our double-sided tape. Just pop a little bit down there and down that side. There's a nice burnish. Remove those back ends. And you bring this across to meet. So basically what you want is for this to sit nice and snug and straight like so. There you go. So that actually looks a little bit better than the last time we did it. And then this one as well, bring this one in and this one up. And give that one a little press down. This I don't like. I'm just going to roll this down. Give that a nice burnish. You can either leave it as it is, it's not going to go anywhere, or if you're worried about any of your embellishments catching on it, then just pop yourself a tiny bit of double-sided tape on the back. Remove that back in. And then just press that one down. And there we go. We have our last box envelope. If you wanted to, on the back of your punch board there's a corner punch to round those corners off, and that actually makes that look a lot neater. So we could do that on all these. So that one's neater. And then the last one. So we've done three. We've done 3 box envelopes, 3 different sizes. I hope I've explained it well enough for you to be able to follow and make your own now. But if you do have the punch board, just take your punch board, have a look at it, and see if on this piece that jets out where it says score guide, on the inside of there you've got a line going all the way up, and that is the line that I use to make a 1/4 inch deep envelope box. I hope you've learned something. Thank you for watching, and until the next time. There we go, 3 lovely box envelopes. Bye for now.